But one man who has seen too much of this, sadly, is Pierce County Sheriff Paul Pastor. Sheriff Pastor, thanks for being here. We certainly appreciate your thoughts during this time. Kent Mundell, this brings back to me your deputy who was shot in a domestic violence incident in 2009. We again see an outpouring of support behind us. Can you please talk about this violence against police and this trend that you see, and whether you think we have peaked yet or it's only going to get worse?
You mentioned Kent Mundell, and of course this was near the anniversary of the Lakewood Four as well. That's a lot of loss for this area, those of us who remember 2009. Actually, interestingly, in November, nationwide, 13 officers were murdered nationwide, with this being the last officer. In 1 month, 13 were murdered. There's something wrong there. That should provoke outrage on the part of the community, constructive outrage. It does not provoke fear and inability to operate on the part of our people. Our people are made of stronger stuff than that. Our people have sadness and resolve at the same time. I saw dozens of people mourning with badges on at the hospital yesterday. I saw people mourning at the scene as they worked to try to contain the scene and to stop the killing that was going on. I saw people who stepped in and risked their own lives to extract the officer and to protect the children. That's the kind of heart that people have. The idea of a life of duty and obligation and sacrifice, even though this is difficult, that won't go away. That ethic of duty and obligation and sacrifice will stay. You are absolutely right, David, to bring up the fact that families are at risk here as well. It's hard on families. Sometimes it's hard on people who are not involved in what's going on. We have jobs, sometimes that makes it a little easier on us. But I think it's important for the viewers to recognize that law enforcement officers don't just risk their own lives, they risk the well-being of their families. And why would they do that? It's because they are people of resolve, of duty, obligation, and sacrifice.
Many of us will see officers with the black band on their badge in honor of Officer Gutierrez until he is laid to rest. As members of the public, what should we say to officers when we see them? Because a lot of times they're very stoic when we see them. Because of the jobs, they don't give off a lot of emotion. What would be helpful to members of law enforcement to hear from the public?
I think two things, very simple. Thank you, and I'm sorry. Show us that you stand with us. You were showing people this display, people bringing flowers, candles, balloons, everything to say, I care. That's strength. That's community strength. Now, here's what we need to do nationwide. We need to turn that community strength into a sense of community resolve that this stops. We are losing too many men and women who are willing to step forward for the rest of us. We owe them. They're doing something on our behalf. We need to show the resolve that they're showing.